In this video, I'll show you how to run some descriptive statistics on your Airbnb data. So here is a tab that has the original Montreal, Canada listings. So it's got all of the data points available. And so just as a quick sanity check, if I click on the column D here and I look at the lower right-hand corner where it says count, this will let me know how many lines of data I have. So that can tell me if this is a very big file, moderately sized file, or maybe a small file. And I'm going to go ahead and click on this other tab here, which has a pivot table that I previously created. So recall I showed you how to organize your data using pivot tables. In this case, I've organized it by neighborhoods and calculated the average price. Now, I don't want to analyze all of Montreal. So for instance, if I know which neighborhood I'm going to work on, say I only want Villa Marie, then what I want to do, and this works in any pivot table once you have it organized, if you just double click on the specific data point that belongs to the neighborhood or whatever category you're interested in this case, I'm interested in the neighborhood Villa Marie. So all I have to do is double click on the average price, this $142.05. And then Excel will bring over only the listings for Villa Marie. And to double check that's true, again, I'll click on the column D and highlight everything. If I look in the lower right-hand corner, it says I've got about 5,000 lines of data. So I know that now I have gone from my big data set of all of Montreal and narrowed it or filtered it down to just Villa Marie. Once I have this neighborhood identified, let's go ahead and run some descriptive statistics. So I'll go ahead and click on the Data tab up here, Data. And then over on the far right, I have my Data Analysis ToolPak already turned on. If you don't have this turned on, I have videos and instructions in Canvas that you can look at to activate this. But I'll go ahead and click on Data Analysis. And all of the tools in here are in alphabetical order. So we can see Descriptive Statistics is towards the top because it starts with the letter D. I'll make sure that's selected and then go ahead and click OK. And then the Descriptive Statistics menu will pop up and it's going to ask you to input some information. So this first box up here where it says Input Range, this is the data we want to analyze. So I'll go ahead and click on this little icon here and that will pop me out and let me choose my data. So I'll click on that. And then I want to analyze the column price. So to select all of the prices in Villa Marie, I'm going to carefully click on the N at the top of the column. And to know that you have correctly done it, you can see these dash lines that are selecting all of the data. And in my little box here, we can see it's got $N, $N. That's just saying, hey, all of column N has been selected. And you can either hit enter or return on your keyboard or click on the little box to bring us back to the menu. Then from here, you'll want to check the box that says labels in first row because in the very first row of my column N, it's not a number, it's a label. And the label in this case is price, which just means the price per night for this particular neighborhood. If you don't check it, then Excel is going to try to analyze it like it was a number, and it will get frustrated because it can't take the average of a word. So you'll want to make sure to check labels in first row. The other thing you want to check is the summary statistics. So we're going to generate some descriptive statistics in a table specifically for the price per night. Double checking I have everything I need, the data, yes labels, and yes some statistics. I'll go ahead and click OK. Excel will generate a descriptive statistics table here, and you can see it kind of cuts off my words. So a quick trick, or a couple different ways you can do this, if you find the line between the columns, you can click and hold and move it out to where you want to move it, or you can highlight your columns So I clicked on the column A and carefully moved over and clicked column B. And if you double click on the line, it will automatically move the columns out for you. Now, because I know this is price though, I want to make sure to format this. And so I'm going to go ahead and highlight, I think, everything except for count. And what we'll want to go ahead and do is on the Home tab under the Numbers menu, go ahead and click on the comma, which is just going to format everything in accounting. So currency, money. Note that I do not do the dollar sign because you might be working in different currencies. You might be in euros or yen or pesos or dollars. So just to be safe, I always recommend the comma because that will be consistent for everybody. But if you really wanted to do it by currency, where there's the dollar sign here, there's a little drop down. You can choose the currency or go into the more options and then find it. And then we've got some descriptive statistics here. Here's our mean, which is just our average. So the average price per night is $142.05 for this particular neighborhood. I've got a median. So the median is $96 per night. I have a mode. Again, that's the number that appears most often. So $100 is the mode. I do have a standard deviation. This tells us how much variation we have in our listings at 211.08 You can also see a range, which is our lowest to our highest. And this gives us a bit of information as well. We can see the minimum. It says $0. So that raises a red flag for me that perhaps some of the listings might have incorrectly or erroneously left it blank or put in $0. So I might want to account for that, remove those lines, or at least make note that there was some listings that have $0 for their price per night. And then I also see a maximum. This also raises a red flag. What place is almost $5,000 per night? Is that something I'm really interested in? Do I need to account for this? Do I want to change this? And then, of course, our count, this 5,529, that's our N or our sample size. So I just make a little note. That's our sample size. This will let me know how many listings I'm working with. And I know that I'm not using all of Montreal. I'm just using Ville Marie. So if you have any questions, just let me know.